Hey guys, welcome to Mama's Basement. It's another Southern Utah Thunderbirds Dynasty episode. It's the game preview of San Jose State. In this episode, we have the San Jose preview, pick'em games, and you're going to want to stick around for the recruiting special. Year 1, Game 3 against the Spartans of San Jose from Eccles Coliseum in Cedar City. It's the 126th toughest place to play. In other words, it's the easiest place to play in the country. Quick game preview. San Jose is a C overall, a C+ offensively, a C- defensively. We're Ds across the board. Neither team has put up many points this year, 19 per game for the Spartans, 13.5 for us. 300 yards of total offense for them, 236 for us. So we are 0-2 all time, and we are still looking for our first FBS win. Our average attendance, 16,000, just over that. San Jose State, 1-1 on the season. They have a 7-3 bowl record in their history. So early on the schedule, we lost to New Mexico State 31-24, lost to North Texas 34-3. The Spartans with a 38-13 win over an FCS Cupcake, and then got drubbed at powerhouse Stanford. The quarterback for the Spartans is Kenny Potter, a 136.4 rating, 29 of 46, 340 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks, 170 yards a game, and 63% completion percentage. He can get out and run. He has an acceleration of 86, awareness of 85. He is a senior leader in a long line of quarterbacks at San Jose State that have had a lot of success. Going back to Jeff Garcia, David Fales has been good. Man, let's even go way back to Steve DeBerg, if you can go back with me that far. Steve DeBerg, a lot of years in the NFL, also a San Jose State alum. Kenny Potter, he can get out and run, as you see him here against the Stanford Cardinal, a regional rival that I don't know when the last time San Jose State beat them was, probably years and years ago, maybe before I was born, I don't know. So, Kenny Potter, the quarterback for San Jose State, has a good arm, good mobility. He will be tough to contain. Tyler Winston, a wide receiver, 6 catches, 88 yards, a touchdown, 44 yards per game, 14.7 yards per reception. He has no drops on the year, and this is why. His catching rating is 98. The guy catches everything. He's got 94 awareness. He's a senior. Acceleration 90, speed 88. He can go up for it, 84 jumping ability. Doesn't have the greatest release, though, 61, so we may want to play some press coverage on him if the matchups are right against Tyler Winston. San Jose State needs to get this guy the ball more if they want to be successful this season. He's their top receiver, and he has not been involved as much as he could be in the first 2 games of the year. The big tight end, Billy Freeman, 8 catches, 122 yards, 2 touchdowns, 61 yards per game, 15.3 yards per catch, 0 drops. He had a huge game against their FCS Cupcake opponent with a pair of touchdowns. Not as good against Stanford. His awareness is 92. Catching is 89. He is also a senior, and he can catch the ball in traffic, runs clean routes. He's not the best blocker, though. 72 pass block, 74 run block. Definitely a receiving tight end, as you see Kenny Potter hook up with him here against FCS West to put San Jose State up 31-7. So Billy Freeman, the big tight end, a very important target for Kenny Potter. As you see, the first score of the game against FCS West, down the left sideline, a 34-yard touchdown catch. That was the first touchdown of the season for San Jose State. He didn't have as good of a game against Stanford, but you see his athleticism there on that play, going up and getting it. The big right tackle, Nate Velichko, 1 pancake block on the year, has not allowed a sack yet in the first 2 games, and that is pretty good, seeing that Stanford was their second opponent. Run blocking 86, impact blocking 86, strength 86. This guy has a little bit of a nasty streak in him. He likes to get physical. Not as good of a pass blocker, but he will get out and lay the lumber on you. This is his pancake block as he gets down to the second level and puts the FCS linebacker on his backside. So Nate Velichko had a good game against Stanford, keeping people off of Kenny Potter. To the defensive side, the leader is linebacker Christian Tago, 15 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, and 1 sack on the year for Tago. He's at 87 acceleration, 90 awareness. He's also the senior leader of the defense. Overall, he's 86, speed 84, tackling is 84, hit power 88, strength 88. He's not very good in coverage, 67 against zone, 66 against man, but he is a very physical linebacker and very good against the run and rushing the passer, but not great trying to cover tight ends and receivers. So we might try to exploit that if we possibly can. You see him come down the line right there for the tackle. And finally, the free safety, Maurice McKnight. He's got 11 tackles, 2 tackles for loss on the year. What really sticks out to me about Maurice McKnight, though, is his speed. 87 speed, acceleration 86. Doesn't have the greatest awareness. He is just a junior, though. Pursuit is 85, though. That is another thing that stands out. As you see him come all the way across the field to run down a running back. And this play right here was really impressive to me against FCS West. As you see them complete a pass down the right sideline, look at the bottom of your screen where McKnight is, right down there by the score bar. He comes all the way across the field to save the touchdown. Maurice McKnight, very good pursuit. So that's the San Jose State Spartans. Here's your Year 1 Game 3 Pick'em games. We're going to start off with Kansas State at Texas. The Wildcats are 2-1. Texas is 2-0. Texas is a B+. Kansas State is a B. Herbie has Texas, and I agree with Herbie. Texas is going to win this one 37-28. That is my guess. Please put your picks in the comment section, and we'll tally up the point totals after this week. Utah at BYU. Utah is ranked number 25. They're 3-0. They're going to hand BYU their 4th loss, 27-24, in my opinion. In Provo, Oregon State at San Diego State. Both teams are 2-1. Oregon State is 0-1 in the Pac-12. San Diego State's a B-. The Beavers are a C+. I'm going with San Diego State 35-32. Herbie likes San Diego State as well. Big game in the SEC. The Auburn Tigers at 3-0. And number 4, LSU is 2-0. LSU is an A overall. Auburn is a B. A+ defense for the LSU Tigers is going to win this game for them. 31-20. LSU I like from Death Valley. Tennessee at the Swamp. Tennessee's ranked number 6. They're 2-0. Florida's 1-1. Overall, Tennessee's a B+. Florida's a B+. Pretty even on paper, but Florida is the toughest place to play in the country right now, and I'm going with Florida for that reason, 17-14. Our last opponent, the North Texas Mean Green, are at Huntington, West Virginia to take on the Marshall Thundering Herd. Marshall's a C+. North Texas is a C. Herbie likes the Thundering Herd, and so do I. Marshall 25-13 is my pick. Arizona at Minnesota from Minneapolis. Both teams are a B-. Arizona with a slight edge in offense. Minnesota with a slight edge in defense. Herbie likes the Gophers, as do I. 21-17. Minnesota wins it from TCF Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. That's my pick. Big game in the ACC. North Carolina at Georgia Tech. UNC ranked number 12 at 3-0. They are a B+. Georgia Tech is a B-. I'm going with the Rambling Wreck of Georgia Tech to win this one 29-21 in an upset. Western Michigan at Iowa from Des Moines. Iowa is 2-1. Ranked number 21 in the country. Western Michigan has yet to lose. I'm going with Iowa to hand the Broncos their first loss 24-17. Michigan State is in South Bend to take on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Both teams are 1-2. Notre Dame still hanging on to a ranking despite the 1-2 record, but I'm going with Notre Dame to win this one 30-23 at home over Sparty. All right, guys, Season 1, Game 3, highlight games. Which do you want to see? The Utes and the Cougars, North Carolina, Georgia Tech, Kansas State, Texas, Arizona, and Minnesota. Leave your vote in the comment section of which one you want to see highlights of in our recap. And we are on to the recruiting trail. Here is our team overview. You can see a lot of D's on the ratings on that left side of your screen. We have 9 seniors on the offensive side. 6 of them are on the offensive line, so that is where we are going to focus our efforts first. On the recruiting trail, defensively, we have 4 seniors, 2 linebackers, and 2 in the secondary, a free safety and a corner. So that's where we're going to focus early on here in the recruiting period. So first up, we have offered tackle Greg Cox. He's a 3-star tackle from Graybull, Wyoming, 6'3", 327 pounds. His high school, the Graybull Buffaloes. Overall, he's a 72. His spark rating is a 57, 82 acceleration, 82 strength, pass block 83. Not as good of a run blocker, but he is definitely a large body and somebody that would be good to have at the left tackle position. He holds offers from Southern Utah and Utah State. So far, I expect all of these guys to get more offers as the season goes on. We have also offered tackle Tom Vincent. He's a 3-star tackle, 6'3", 330 pounds from Bell Gardens, California. His high school, the Bell Gardens Lancers. Overall, he's a 65. Acceleration, 92. Very balanced pass block and run block, both at 75. He's got decent strength at 76. Not as good as Cox, but we would still like to get him into our program. He has offers from Southern Miss and Southern Utah. Guard Walter Macklin from Rexburg, Idaho. 3 stars, 6'4", 323 pounds from the Madison Warriors. Overall, he's a 64. His spark rating is a 57. Acceleration, 81. Strength, 74. Pretty balanced blocker across the board. And his rating dropped a little bit as we scouted him. He does hold offers from Boise State, Southern Utah, and Oregon State. Some pretty good offers to hold a Pac-12 team and a very good Mountain West team. Theo Williams, a guard, 3 stars. Overall, 75. He's from Welby, Colorado. He's 6'2", 266 pounds, a little undersized for a guard. High school, the Thornton Trojans. He is an absolute diamond in the rough. As we scouted him, he improved 9 points overall from 66 to 75. Acceleration is 93. Very good pass blocker and run blocker. And he holds offers from Colorado State and Air Force from his home state and New Mexico and Southern Utah. And as these guys make their school choices, I will update that in the recaps of our episodes. Tony Terrell, 3-star linebacker, overall 66, from West University, Texas, and Houston Bel Air High School. Acceleration is an 85. Play recognition is 76. His block shedding I don't love, in the 60s. He holds offers from Southern Utah and Boise State. Josh Barr, the free safety from St. John's, Arizona, from the St. John's Predators. 3 stars. He's 6'2", 196 pounds. Overall, he was a 67. A spark rating of 67. Speed and acceleration, 82 and 83. Tackling 73, hit power 77, not as good in coverage, 63 man coverage, 69 zone coverage, very good in press coverage though, so he likes to play physical. And he holds a lot of offers from Utah State, Fresno State, Air Force, Southern Utah, and San Diego State. So those are the guys we have offered so far as they make their decisions. I will update that in the recaps of our Southern Utah Thunderbirds Dynasty. But up next we have the full game, Southern Utah at San Jose State. So hope you'll join us. Hope you're excited for it. It'll be interesting to see where we stand. It's hard to gauge San Jose State because they have played a cupcake and a powerhouse. So it'll be interesting to see how we stack up against the Spartans.